Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we will be discussing a new what if. We all know the story of GT and how it was made back in the late 90s, which was considered the continuation of Z, but most people now consider the show to be non-canon, and we now have Super, which is supposed to be what happens prior to the ending of Z, but with the timeline of everything it kind of makes it a bit confusing. But in this scenario, what if Beerus arrived after the events of GT, making the ending of Z the way it is and having GT be canon? How could this big change affect the entirety of the story of Super? Also, I have a Discord for anyone who wants to join and talk more about Dragon Ball with me and other viewers. Maybe give out some of your own ideas of what ifs and maybe in the future I could do them. Check the link in the description down below. Without further ado, let's dive into the first part of what if Beerus arrived after GT. The story will begin after the events of the Shadow Dragon Saga, with the defeat of Omega Shenron. Some time has passed and Earth was at peace for a good while. The Z fighters continue on living with their lives, but also picked up on their training after Goku left with Shenron. Vegeta, being one of the only really experienced fighters left, he has been training Trunks, Goten, Bra, and Majub to prepare for any future threats. Gohan was still upset about losing Piccolo, but he did take his time to recover and he would eventually begin training from time to time, even training up his daughter Pan, as she wanted to continue protecting the planet after seeing how her grandfather did. There's also Marin, who started picking up martial arts from both her parents, since after seeing them almost die by Super Android 17, she wanted to learn how to fight and protect herself and her parents if the moments ever showed itself. Krillin did pick up on his training, even though at this point he's in his 60s, but he had Tien join him with some training sessions. Yamcha would still be out there doing his own thing rather than being a fighter. Months would pass on until one day Beerus woke up calling for Whis. Whis notified Beerus that his time to search for the Super Saiyan God has started, which made him excited and asked Whis for any information on the Saiyans. Whis stated that there are quite a few on Earth, but only one full Saiyan, with the others being hybrids, as he looks through his staff to see the events of the Shadow Dragon Saga. Seeing the Super Saiyan 4 transformation, and even Goku leaving with Shenron. Whis finds it strange on how he cannot locate Goku, but he does tell Beerus that they might have already found the Super Saiyan God, with it being Goku or Vegeta, but since they cannot find Goku, they will go to Vegeta. Beerus is excited as he wants to fight an opponent that could match his power, as he demanded Whis that they would travel to Earth instantly. On Earth, Vegeta is having a casual sparring match with Trunks and Goten, as they are struggling to beat Vegeta, even with their teamwork, so they would fuse into Gotenks, powering up into Super Saiyan 3, as Vegeta powers up into his Super Saiyan 4 transformation, and they are soon about to clash until they are interrupted by Bra and Majub, saying that they have a visitor looking for a Super Saiyan God, which confuses Vegeta. Vegeta goes, but to his shock, he sees Beerus and Whis, as he bows down instantly, which also shocks his kids as they never seen him act like this. Vegeta explains that he is the god of destruction, and they would need to show him respect, as all of his other pupils will bow down as well. Beerus eyes down Majub, and even walks up to him saying that his energy is familiar but he cannot tell who it is. Whis explains that Oob is the reincarnation of the evil side of Buu, and eventually fused with Majin Buu to become one, and for being a normal earthling he is rather very powerful, having the full extent of Buu's true power. Beerus gets excited about this fighter, and Oob gets a little nervous. Vegeta asks about what Beerus is looking for. Whis explains that they are looking for the Super Saiyan God, but none of them are too sure what that is, which upsets Beerus a little. Whis talks about the form that he and Goku had when fighting Omega Shenron, which then Vegeta asks how would he know about that, and Whis explains that he is the angel to this universe, and he could see it all. Vegeta would then power up into the Super Saiyan 4 form. Beerus is somewhat impressed with this form, but he does say that he would only need around 40% of his full power to beat Vegeta. Beerus starts to get more angry as he wants to fight someone at his full power, so he doesn't have to hold back, as he threatens to destroy the planet. Hearing this, Goten and Trunks charges at Beerus without thinking. Beerus knocks them both out without much effort. Vegeta tells Majub to back him up as together they charge at Beerus. Beerus powers up to where Vegeta is barely about to hold his own against Beerus, while Majub would use some of his magical abilities to hold back Beerus, giving Vegeta time to strike Beerus with all his might. Together, then, they will shoot a ki blast directly at Beerus, hoping it would work, but as the dust clears, Beerus is still standing, but much angrier, as he quickly powers up and flies right in front of both of them, grabbing them by the neck and slamming them down, knocking them both out on the spot. Dende arrives after sensing such an immense power and seeing Beerus. He looks at Dende fiercely, thinking him as another fighter, but Whis stops him, telling him that he is the god of Earth. Beerus looks at Dende very angrily, telling them that they have an hour to find them the Super Saiyan God, or he will destroy the planet as they leave. Dende fearfully told Ra to go get her mother and the fighters and quickly meet them at the lookout. Once Dende returned to the lookout, he got in contact with King Kai, asking him for some help with contacting the other Namekians to use their Dragon Balls. They managed to do so, and Dende asked for some help from Grand Elder Mori to use their Dragon Balls, as recently they don't have them anymore since of some past events. No questions, they gathered the Dragon Balls to summon Porunga and asked about the Super Saiyan God and how to obtain the form, as he would ask for one last wish for all the fighters that fought Beerus to be healed up quickly. Once the fighters woke up, he told them how to become the Super Saiyan God. Vegeta and the 3 Hybrid Saiyans all quickly head over to Gohan's house, as they still need 2 more Saiyans to attempt to perform their ritual. Once they arrive, they quickly catch them all up to speed of what's been going on and that they don't have much time left. Without a question, both Gohan and Pan both join in to attempt the ritual, as all of the Saiyans would transfer their energy onto Vegeta, as he is then lifted up and obtains the Super Saiyan God form. He doesn't really like how he attained the form, but he does like the feel of how much raw power he has gained with this form, and with unlocking the form, he even is now able to sense God Ki, as he sensed Beerus coming towards them. Everyone else is confused as why they cannot sense what he is sensing, but also not being able to sense Vegeta's power. When Beerus arrives, he is happy to see that Vegeta was able to obtain the Super Saiyan God form, and asks him to fight with him this instant. Without a time to waste, their fight begins as they clash all over the skies. With each punch that connects creates a massive pressure wave that can be felt all over the world. All the Z fighters that are spread out all around can feel the power but not locate where it is happening. They take their fight as they fly around all over the planet, continuing their fight. Beerus is excited as he never fought an opponent this strong before. He even says out loud that it is a shame that he cannot fight Goku, as he thinks he is a much more powerful opponent than Vegeta. And hearing this got Vegeta angry as he powers up further, as when he transformed, he had the look of his Super Saiyan 4 state, but with the aura of the Super Saiyan God. This boosts his power even further, and this made Beerus even more excited as he powers up further, and this immense power between the 2 fighters create a pressure wave that even the Earth is having trouble with dealing with, so they would take their fight into the atmosphere. At this point, Vegeta is only in his normal Super Saiyan 4 state, as he worried that he might not be strong enough anymore. But Beerus explains that he still has God Ki in him, and he still has the power boost for the ritual. They do continue their fight with Beerus asking about the whereabouts of Goku, but Vegeta isn't too sure where he went, but asks why he's asking about him. Beerus is just curious because Whis did tell him how he was your rival and the stronger one of the 2. Hearing this again, Vegeta shoots a powerful ki blast at Beerus, which catches Beerus off guard and hits him head on. Beerus is still standing and smiling, telling Vegeta that he is the strongest person he has ever fought, but does say that there are others out in the universe that are stronger than Vegeta. Vegeta is tired and powers down, asking who is out there in the universe. Beerus explains that a lot has happened out on other planets, and now their universe is out of balance, with multiple planets' life energy being absorbed by a magical being, a gang causing problems while on the hunt for a certain mercenary, and that same mercenary that is out making a name for himself. Vegeta is about to pass out, but Beerus says that he could stop them as he is more than strong enough to deal with them, but he is too lazy, and would rather train Vegeta and the other fighters on his planet so they could take care of these problems for him. Beerus would catch Vegeta and bring him down to Earth, where everyone else gathers around worried that Beerus would destroy the planet, but tells everyone he won't destroy the planet. Vegeta is given a sensu beam and tells Beerus he will go with him to train to grow stronger and face the stronger opponents that he was talking about. Beerus explains how there are other people causing problems out in the universe, and hearing about this, both Goten and Trunks would also join Beerus to train. Beerus looks over to Majub, saying that he should go as well as his abilities are no doubt powerful and would help him grow as a fighter. Gohan thinks about this, but he decides to stay as someone would need to stay to protect the planet, as he also trained Pan and Bra on this planet. Without another word, they depart and begin heading to Beerus' planet, but after they leave, the rest of the group arrive, being Tien, Yamcha, Krillin, and his family. Gohan explains what had happened and who Beerus is, but the most important part, that even though their planet is at peace, there are still some pretty bad guys out in the universe that are causing havoc, and now without Goku, they need to be prepared to protect the planet without his help, and must begin training the next fighters. Gohan would ask Krillin to help him train the other younger fighters in case they were faced with another threat to their planet. And that's where we're going to leave off for now, guys. Tell me how you think about this first part and how I did with the Battle of God arc. With the timeline being much different than original Super events, what had happened out there in the universe with all this time passing on? What type of enemies would Vegeta and the others face as they begin their training with the gods? What could have happened differently? Leave your thoughts down in the comments. I would love to hear them. If y'all are interested and enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell to be alerted whenever I post another part. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I will see y'all in the next part. See ya!